Gareth Bale unused, and this goes on top of an amazing incident. Okay, this is in training. Jose Mourinho is speaking to Gareth Bale, and there's a video of it, and he says, "You want to stay here or go to Real Madrid and play no football?" Now, what makes this even more remarkable is that this particular video was shared on Spurs TV. Okay, so it went out on Spurs' own TV channel, which I find absolutely amazing. But it does strike me. I was thinking about this this morning, and I do feel a little bit for Gareth Bale. He's clearly the fitness is not there. If he was the Gareth Bale of old, then he'd be in the team, starting games regularly, and we'd be loving it. Could you argue that he is both the best and the worst signings in Spurs history? I.e. the best because he went on to play brilliantly for them and earned them an absolute fortune when they sold him on to Real Madrid, and the worst because he's done absolutely nothing for them, really, in relative terms, and yet he's still costing them £200,000 a week. So, best and worst, Gareth Bale, I think you could easily argue that.
Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? I think they sent out Sessegnon on loan. I think there's a big part in this. I think they still believe he's going to be a fantastic player for Tottenham. He's at Offenheim, I think, isn't he? And he's getting lots of game time. So they obviously looked at him and thought he's not quite ready yet for Tottenham's first team on a regular basis, week in, week out. So what we'll do, we'll get Bale in. Yes, he'll cost you £200 a week, but he's a massive, massive name. Might bring a little bit of other stuff to the football club as well. But I still think he's got to stay to the end of the season. I don't think we've seen the best of Gareth Bale. I'm not saying he's going to be as good as his pomp time at Real Madrid, but they're in 4 competitions. You got to remember, in the Europa League, he played in 6 games there in Europa League for them, and they're through to the next stages. So he's played a part in that. I think he's played once in the Carabao Cup so far, but there's a good chance he might play in the final. And he's hardly played in the Premier League. I think it's 1 start, isn't it, Aid, this season? But you've got to remember, they're still in 4 competitions, and I think there's still enough time for him to make an impact for Tottenham. He will win them games this season. We might win them all in one, but...
What makes you say that, though?
Because I've still got faith in Gareth Bale. I don't think he's finished. I think he's still a fantastic footballer. He can deliver in pressure situations. He's proved it time and time again. He's a winner. It'll be great to have around the dressing room because of that. Look at his experiences in Spain. I mean, dear me. Great experiences. He had a great time of it over there, scoring some vital goals in big situations. And yes, it's not worked out how everybody thought Kane, Son and Bale were going to be the best 3 in the Premier League. It's not worked out that way yet, but there's still a little bit to go. And I don't think he's back to his full fitness yet.
Well, I remember when we did that, when they signed him, and we said, we asked the question on the show, didn't we, have Spurs got the best front 3 in the Premier League, in Europe, in Kane, Son and Bale? And had Bale been the Bale that we wanted him to be, that Spurs wanted him to be, the Bale that Spurs had and that Real Madrid had at his peak, then I don't think there'd be any debate. That would be the best front 3. But there's a reason why he wasn't getting games for Real Madrid. I think a lot of people here in England looked at it, and he's not getting games for Real Madrid, and people think it's an insult to Gareth Bale. Remember, we all thought, a lot of us in this country had this highbrow opinion of it. We were up there on looking, on the moral high ground, saying, "Oh, how dare Real Madrid not play Gareth Bale in their matches? How dare they leave him out after all he's done? What an insult to Gareth Bale." Well, the reality is, the performances haven't been good. Maybe the injuries have taken their toll. There's got to be a reason for it. So basically, Spurs signed a player, and there was a very good reason why Real Madrid weren't playing him. Had he been at the levels that he set and the standards that he set himself for so many years, at the top level at Real Madrid, in winning Champions Leagues and just being brilliant, then of course he'd have been in the Real Madrid team.
Hey, is it down to getting his fitness back, though? Because he has hardly played any football. Coming into the Premier League, we've seen the standard they're at now, fitness-wise. Is it just taking him time to get back, and he's had a few niggles along the way, so he's just not had the chance to get back to the Gareth Bale we all know, where the work rate's right up there with other players in the squad. And we've seen with Mourinho, he's an hard taskmaster on that, whether it be Dele Alli, whether it be Ndombele. But look at Ndombele at this moment in time. Looks sharper, looks fitter. How much fitter does he look now compared to this time last year?
Oh, lean machine, yeah.
Exactly. Look how lean he is. And that's down to Mourinho's criticism. It might not be work for everyone, but it's definitely worked with him. And again, Tottenham are getting the best out of him at this moment in time. So that's why I'm saying just give it a little bit more time with the Gareth Bale. Don't send him back now. You might as well keep it till the end of the season. They're still in 4 competitions, Tottenham.